because I kind of want to explain what's happening. Okay. Mackenzie, what did you come rushing over here for?
I came to say hello to the dog.
Why don't you say hello very quickly and then we can...
No one's there.
Oh, well, sorry about that.
Sorry.
Sorry that seemed to have disappointed you. Okay, so I am going live on my laptop on YouTube because we were having difficulties with used to go live on Facebook and YouTube. So today I'm going to be on my laptop and the camera, and Jesus is still going to be on the throne, and that's going to be on Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's that on that. Hey guys, it's time for the Woman Evolve podcast. We haven't brought in Facebook yet, so I am exclusively here for YouTube. Maybe this will act like this is on purpose. Like YouTube is getting exclusive behind the scenes glimpses of what it takes to put this podcast together. Mackenzie is here for reasons I'm not quite sure of. Hi. Nicole says, thank you, Lord. Hey, sis, I was about to cry. Let me tell you something. It never fails that just software, technology, microphone, things just end up cutting up. And so we do the best that we can. Queen B says this is her first podcast. Okay, Kai, can we let's bring in Facebook. Ms. Johnson says she finally caught a live. Let me know when we have brought in Facebook. Why are you so over here and comfortable? Good, let's go mute on your computer. Erica Miller says, hey, Kenzie. Alexa says, I needed this to start right at this moment. Thank you, SJR. You don't know what a blessing you and your husband really are. Thank you. That means a lot to us. Okay, Facebook says all depends on, okay, switch to YouTube. They're switching to YouTube. All right, so Noelle sees you. She said, Kenzie says, she said, Salvi. It says we're about to get started. We are about to get started. So if you're on Facebook and you're wondering why I was live on YouTube first, for some reason, the platform we use wouldn't connect to YouTube. It may have something to do with us switching over things for Hey You. Hey You, did you watch us on Friday? Hey You was a whole thing. Were you in the place and in the space to receive your breakthrough? Hey You is a night of soul care brought to you by Woman Evolve. It'll be happening once a month. And it's just an opportunity for us to talk about that theme for the month and receive ministry for that theme of the month. For January, we've been talking about messy all month long, and so I preached about being messy. Terrence says, Kenzie said, while I'm here, I will serve looks. Kenzie, yeah. Wow, and she gave a thumbs up. Love that. Okay, Amir says, okay, come on, Urban. You guys are listening on the podcast because you couldn't join us live and you don't see that Kenzie has on a podcast. Kenzie has on a turban. Kenzie is also here. And she's going to do a little bit of a magic trick because she's also going to disappear. So it's like she's here, but she's also going to disappear.
My magic tricks aren't working. I failed the test.
Okay, so Kenzie, here, how about this? Since you're here, I'm going to do a quick interview and then you're leaving. Amen. Quick interview. They can hear on Facebook. Come here a little bit closer to me so they can hear you on the microphone. Wow, look at you. Wow, look at my knee and look at you on my knee. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at you getting more comfortable. Okay, Kenzie, somebody said I thought Kenzie was a grown woman at first. So did she. That happens to her a lot where she thinks she's a grown woman, but you know she's not. She's a child, okay? All right, Kens, my feelings box. I ask you about your feelings and stuff. How has it helped you? How has it helped you? Tell them about your feelings. Tell them what it's like for your mom to get in her feelings box.
Sometimes it can be a little, depending on the way you say it, a little harsh.
How is it harsh? Wow.
Because you can be like, slide to the left and get out my room.
No, I'm not talking about that feelings box. I'm talking about when you're having a little moment, not when you're trying to stalk me in my bedroom, but when you're having like an emotional moment, like maybe you're going through something, or you've responded in a way that's less than ideal. How do I respond to that to you when I break out the wheels? Like if you remember last week when you was walking around Oh, well, you told them I just saw you slide out my room, so here we are. And you was walking around the way you was walking around. How did I respond to that? What did I say to you?
You told me I was kind of, off.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the way you help me process my feelings, it makes me feel more comfortable to open up and not just ashamed or embarrassed, because I realize that everyone has feelings.
Oh, delegation. Delegation. Oh, God resists the proud. Say more. Say more, Kens. Say more. Say more.
What do you want me to say?
Well, I just want to know how because Kenzie, sometimes you know how I be trying to make you identify your feelings and stuff. Well, some people aren't. They're a little bit more like some people we know. You know who I'm talking about? Okay, so because Auntie Core don't believe in my feelings box. I don't want to put her out there, but here we are. She doesn't believe in my feelings box. But how has the feelings box helped you is what I'm just trying to say. People want to try the feelings box.
It helps me realize what I'm feeling. It always helps me find a word for it, because I could be just I'm feeling off, but you make me dig deeper and really try to understand my feelings. And it really helps a lot, because, instead of walking around moping, I can really identify my feelings and come to the surface. If I'm mad at someone, you give me the strength I need to talk to them, the confidence, instead of making my feelings feel pushed down and unnoticed.
Oh my goodness. We're snapping. We're snapping. Rashonda Marshall said, leave Cora out of this. We can't. We love it. Okay. Okay. So what I was going to ask you something though. Oh, so the slide to the left thing, when Kenzie's in my room and she's stalking me, which is something that she enjoys doing, one of her favorite things to do, I tell her that there's a new dance that's hitting the streets and everyone loves them. And I put her right in front of the door and I said, slide to the left. Slide to the left, and then I wait till she slide right on out the door and close the door.
Yeah, but then sometimes I slide to the right.
Yeah, pull your stuff down before they think. You want to talk about your Tum Tum ministry?
Stop.
Okay, just checking. All right. So wow, this has been so powerful this time with you. I really enjoyed you taking the time to express your thoughts and feelings and emotions. Nellie said I paid you to say that. I did no such thing. Brianna said the feelings box don't work for the delegation, and she's never lied. Okay. But y'all heard it here first, okay? Y'all heard it here first. But anywho, Federica said, girl, I need the feeling box at 30. Woo, child, indeed. Cherie said, Kenzie, get your $25. I did not pay her to do that.
Oh, you didn't pay me.
I did not pay you to say that. Javon Smith says, Sarah, can you tell us more about the feeling box? What questions do you ask? I have a 19-year-old who needs this box. What are some of the questions that I like when you're in your little feelings? How do I draw it out of you?
You say, are you okay? And then you're like, don't make me ask more than once. And then I'm like,
well, what?
And then you ask again.
Can I say what I really say? I say, are you okay? And you go, I'm okay. And I go, okay. Now I'm only going to ask you one time. And I don't want you to miss the opportunity to tell me something when you really want to tell me something. So I'm going to ask again, how are you? And then what happens?
And then I sigh and I look at you. And then you give me the feelings wheel.
Yes, the feelings wheel. So yes, I'm going to send you all the feelings wheel. What? Don't ask me more than once. I mean it, but everybody does that. You're listening to this podcast right now, and people be asking you how you be like, I'm good, and you're not good. And so some of us don't want to have to go through 30 minutes of getting you to finally say that you're off. Okay, that you feel like your mind has wings and it has flown somewhere, and you don't agree with where it's flown. And so some of us just cut straight to the chase and we say, you know what? This is all I got for you today. Okay. I'm going to ask you once or twice more. And if you tell me you're good, that's what I tell her. I'm like, if you tell me you're good, I'm going to trust that you're good and I'm moving on about my business. And I feel like that's important because it teaches you better take ownership of your feelings right now instead of being one of those people who suppress it and come back around later. In our house, it's okay to even be like, I'm not ready to talk about it right now. But at least identify that there's something wrong, because that's corny when y'all be walking around with an attitude and act like it's nothing wrong with you when you stinking up the whole house with attitude. Okay.
You know what? And it is because of your love and support and your
All right, now you've turned into something.
That's
what?
not true.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me.
That I will grow to be more emotionally mature.
Oh my! I'm impressed. I'm impressed. That was good.
You gonna give me my money after this, right?
I'm not paying you anything.
Oh.
Do you have any words of encouragement for parents whose children seem like they are like emotionally suppressed? Like, what are things that they can do to maybe help their children open up? Or what can they do as parents? What makes you feel safe to open up to your parents?
I think sometimes when I don't feel like sharing with anyone, I definitely write it down in my journal.
Mm-hmm.
And that helps me a lot. And then when I'm ready and I need to talk to someone, I pull you to the side and I'm like, hey, can we talk for a second? And or if you're kind of forcing your child to express her feelings, his or her feelings, and you're like, and then they get upset with you, it's kind of because they need space and time to process their feelings because they don't know what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't come with the force, it comes with time.
So give them time and space to kind of explore what they're feeling. What?
I say, if you're like, thank you. If you ask them, and like, I'll give you 30 minutes to go to your room and write down what you're feeling. And once you figure it all out, I'm here to talk to you. And it's nice when people say, I'm here for you, I'm here to talk to you, because then you don't think that your feelings are being validated.
Mm-hmm.
And it really brings a sense of calm. You're like, okay, so she's always here when I need to talk to her.
Mm.
Or even though I don't want to talk right now, she's patient with me. Instead of forcing them to do it right out on the spot, because that's really annoying. And that can just, you don't know what to expect really, because then that could push all of their emotions out. And then next thing you know, they're breaking down crying under their pillow.
Mm-hmm.
And so whenever that happens, I think maybe just like give them some time and then talk to them, because they don't want, as hard as it is to believe that your parents were once your age and they were feeling what you're feeling, like your parents don't understand. The truth is they do, because they've been through that exact same thing. That's why God chose them as your parents.
You better. You better. I feel the Holy Ghost in here. Okay. So you said that part about knowing that your parents have been there. I shared with you letters, because you write me letters, and I shared with you letters that I used to write when I was pregnant with Kai, letters that I wrote when I got in trouble, and my mom kept them. I actually shared one of those letters recently when I was preaching. And so how does it feel? Because a lot of times parents don't want to be transparent because they don't want their children to judge them or think that because they made it that they can survive too. But what do you get from me being transparent? And then you're leaving so I can start my job. Okay, go ahead.
I think that when a parent is being transparent with you, that you have to take a minute to realize that they're not trying to be pushy for you to express your feelings. They're trying to get to the bottom of what you're feeling so that you don't feel this way all the time and you feel like no one understands you. They're trying to make you feel more comfortable. When a parent is being transparent with you, you want to make them feel like, in the parent's point of view, you want to make your child feel like they're welcome to share their feelings with you, that you're like, you can relate to what they're feeling, and give them advice on how you got through that time, even though it was really hard and difficult to do, and let them know that you're always right there with them. And being transparent is definitely going to help you grow a healthier relationship with your child or your parent.
I love that. Raheem says, Kenzie, please speak. Her name is Jada Powell. She needs this. Please call her. Somebody said, pin Kenzie's Cash App. Kenzie needs a Cash App. Friend says, I journal my experiences to hopefully print them out for my kids one day. God will, believe it. Charlize says, see, I believe SJR when she says the feelings box works. Okay, so this has been so great.
Yes.
I love this so much.
I'm going to be here for your rescue eve, though.
No, you're not. No, it's not appropriate.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awkward.
That's awkward. Yeah, big awkward.
Well, can I stay here for one rescue eve?
Let me see if I can find one that is somewhat appropriate, and then you're leaving. Okay? No? Why not? Because you're tired of her? All of them? Nuh-uh, not the one. Not the one. Covering the microphone doesn't do anything. Not the one. Okay, so Rescue Eve. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna do a Rescue Eve, and Mackenzie's here. Alicia says definitely showing teenage girls this at facility. Oh, they want to know how old are you? How old are you?
I'm 11.
You're 11. I'm not sure that they can hear you so far from the mic. That's why I had you on my knee.
I'm 11 and
11's fine. We don't have to count months. 11 is fine. No need for the months.
11 and 4.5 months.
Okay. All right. So Tanisha wants to know when your office hours are.
9 to 8.
9 to 8. 9 to 8. You work 9 to 8 and don't pay no rent? How is that possible? If you're working that much, you could at least pay me some rent.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. 9 to 5 is rent hours too. Just so you know, 9 to 5 is prime rent hours. Okay.
9 a.m. to 9 a.m.
There you go. That's about what it feels like around here. About 9 a.m. to 9:01 a.m. That's about all the work we get. Okay, so here we go. We are going to try and rescue a thief.
Oh.
We're going to try and rescue
I'm
a
already
thief.
skeptical about this.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if we're going to try and rescue the thief or the mom.
Okay.
Let's try to rescue the mom or the thief. Who knows? Okay, here's the story. A car thief who found a toddler in the backseat of a stolen vehicle drove back and chastised the mother for leaving the child unattended before taking off again, police in Oregon said. The woman went into a grocery store about 15 feet from the car Saturday, leaving her 4-year-old child inside with the engine running and the vehicle unlocked. And then a car thief stole the car. Once the thief realized the toddler was in the backseat, he drove back, berated the woman for leaving her child unattended, told the woman to take the child, and drove away in the stolen vehicle. I didn't read the whole story. He still stole the car. He dropped the kid off and stole, and then still stole. You better be committed to going to hell. You better say, have you ever met someone so committed to going to hell? How could you be this committed to going to hell? God tried to stop it. You took the car back with the baby in it and still said, I'm going to hell. You said, hell don't leave without me. Hell, I got my boarding pass. What is going on? What kind? This story. What? What?
I have no words.
Okay, so can we try?
We're not helping the thief.
We're not going to help the thief. The thief is going to hell. Ain't nobody going
He
to
stole
hell.
the car.
The only person going to hell to rescue you is Jesus. I'm not going to hell to rescue you. Okay.
Nope. You stay there. Stay there until someone comes.
First of all, I love that Shannon says, he said, I'm not here for the child, just the vehicle. I'm not trying to feed your baby. I'm not into kidnapping. You better know how you're going to hell. It won't be because of that. There have been some times in your life where you have done some hell-worthy activities. You say, I ain't going to go to hell for that, but I'm willing to go to hell for this. That is really something else. So,
we're not helping the thief at all.
Jamie says he fully cursed the mom out, then threatened to call CPS and the police on her, then drove away in my stolen vehicle. You want to know what it looks like to be a Pharisee? This is exactly what it looks like to be a Pharisee, okay?
Okay, but can we half rescue him? Because he brought the child back.
No.
You have to be nice. He brought the child back. He could have taken the car and still had the child, killed the child, and then went to hell.
Well, he's still going to hell.
Oh, yeah, but still, he could have taken the child. But the fact that he found the mom and gave her back her child.
You better have a heart for the Lord.
You got to see both perspectives.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, all right. So let's try to rescue the mom.
I rescued the mom. But with the car, I was a smart 4-year-old. I would have locked the car myself.
Yeah, we should rescue her because maybe she thought it was just 15 feet away. And then, who would try that? Maybe she knew maybe she knew the kid was so bad that she said, have you ever heard? Have you ever talked to your kids about running away or somebody kidnapping and be like, they'll bring me right back? Your kid, she knew that the child was going to be fine because they're going to bring them right back. Some of y'all have children. I don't know who you are. Maybe this is for you. Maybe them kids, they so bad. They so hungry. They so unruly.
They so annoying.
She knew. Let's rescue the mama because she knew that they was going to bring that baby back. How about that? No. Nicole says she didn't cut the car off. Ruby says mom gets no rescue. It's 2021. D says no rescue for the mom. Monica says no SJR. That's too funny. Yeah, Keena says, what if the thief suffered sexually? Could have been triggered. All right. Let's cover your ears. See, this is why you're not supposed to be in here. Ashley says, I was that kid that was threatened to be returned. Ray says, yes, rescue the mom. Half rescue the carjacker.
Yeah, I agree with whoever you just said.
What with what? Oh, the person. Marcia said
half rescue the carjacker and rescue the mama.
Yeah, Ella's 4. I don't know that I would leave her.
No, you at least leave her with me.
Yeah, in the car. Yeah, and I would tell you to do what?
Lock the doors, protect her, keep her fine.
Yeah.
I also know martial arts, so
you do, Kenzie. You don't know martial arts.
I know martial arts.
How do you know martial arts? Who is that? When did you meet martial arts? Huh?
I know gymnastics. That's got to count for something.
What is that gonna do? You gonna flip them out of here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for being on this week. We rescued somebody or tried to.
Well, we got to make a decision. We're going to rescue or we're going to not
Thado says, I'm actually willing to rescue the thief and not the mom. Jamie says, I can't be the only whose mom left them in the car. My mom definitely left me in the, but I don't think she left me at 4 though. Benita says, but how old was the child? That makes a difference. 4. Bree says the carjacker just needs his passions redirected. Yeah, I don't know. This story really took a turn. I don't know. All right. So Tanita says maybe we should rescue the child. That's what we'll do.
Rescue the child.
We're going to rescue the child. Because let me tell you.
Well, if you think about it, the child was already rescued.
No, can you not ruin the game? Are you going to be that person? You going to come in here and tell us the real way to play Uno? We don't want the real way to play Uno. We want to play it our way, okay?
You want to play pile up.
Right. We want to play pile up, okay? We want to put all the cards on there that we want to, all right? So we're going to rescue the child.
Okay.
Because we're struggling with rescuing the mom right now.
Should we rescue the mom and the child?
No.
Why not the
mom? No, because we're struggling.
Okay, here's the thing. I would rescue the mom if the car was locked.
Kenz, you're ruining the game. We're here for the giggles and you're making it real. Kimiko Joy says no leaving kids in the car if they need any kind of car seat, booster, carrier, etc. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna rescue the child.
Okay.
Siamon says the mom probably had no choice in leaving the baby in the car. It takes a village, and I would like to believe she didn't have one. That's a good word. It is a lot of work to pull the baby out of the car, but
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm not gonna ruin it.
Go for it.
But here's what really got me: the fact that the person who stole the car came back to return the child and then stole the car again.
Right, that's what got all of us.
Yeah, I know, but how does that make sense? If you're gonna do something bad, take the child.
Oh, is that how you live your life? Are you going bad? You going bad all the way?
You told me not to be nice.
No, definitely be nice. Okay.
So we're rescuing the child.
All right, we're going to rescue the child. Janika says Kenzie is totally changing the rules, but I like it indeed. Okay. Halima says, no, ma'am, I'm going in the store. It's all right. You know what? We love this. We love it so much. And Marissa says she'll give the thief. Oh, it scrolled up on me. I think she says I'll give the thief a floaty, and we're gonna rescue the child. For bringing the child back. All right, praise the Lord.
We ain't got nothing to do with the thief.
This is it. That was it. Kens, we love you. Can we just give a round of applause? Wow.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm round of applauding myself.
Okay. All right. See you later now.
Bye, Delegation.
Yes, there you go. Thank you for leaving my studio. Oh no, you can actually leave the studio. You know, it's not like off camera, it's like out the room.
Oh, that's awkward.
Yeah, that's real awkward. And yeah, here we are. Love you now.
Love you.
Okay. All right. Round of applause. Round of applause. We're rounding of applause for the Kens. Okay. Wow. That story took a turn. Misha said, I wish I knew the rules. LOL. I can't believe I'm just being put onto this. Yes. Okay. So the rules are we try to rescue people and see things from a different perspective, you know, because people, it's easy to be like, oh, that person was wrong for that, but we try to rescue people to see things from a different perspective, and those are the only rules we have so far. Okay, so that's that. All right, so can I ask y'all a question? Okay, Kai's going to be upset with me because of my age. I'm about to be old. Is Danny Lee or Danny Lay? Danny Lay. Danny Lay dates one of them babies. The baby, not to be confused with Lil Baby or NBA baby, NCAA baby, NFL baby. It's Lil Baby, it's the baby, it's another baby. It's baby mama drama. It's baby. Oh my! When y'all heard that baby, did your heart immediately just feel like this? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. All right. So she came out with a song about light-skinned women's called Yellow Bone. Did y'all know light-skinned, like that extra ed we put on there, is not necessary? I'm not sure if you all knew that, but that's not necessary. Weezy F baby, come on, somebody, Rose Jackson, Weezy F baby, please say the baby, okay? Okay, wait. Brianna says I've been waiting on a song. I want you to know that while we were having technical difficulties, that I had a song. It was in Missy Elliott. It wasn't that Missy Elliott I was singing earlier. What was it? What was I singing? Just give me one word. I got it from here. What was it? It was something. It was. Oh, you know what? It wasn't ooh, I suck it to me like you won't do. Ooh. But that song's inappropriate. Take it like a pro. You do know. I was looking for dedication, so I decided to go. Woman evolve. Hey, you. It was out of control. Holy Ghost came through, and I'm got my breakthrough. Ooh, Holy Ghost, you got the flow. Okay. So, anywho, moving on to the next rescue. Natalie says this went back to the early 2000s. I wish that you all would act like you don't remember them songs. Okay. I was probably too young to be singing it now, and I'm too old and too saved to be singing it right now. But here I am, and that is where I am. Okay. All right. Dimitri said Eve is here. Indeed. This is what happens when the podcast doesn't start on time and I'm not able to come in here as the person I want to be. Miss Ashley Nicole says, how many floaters we got left for SJR? SJR has water in her lungs at this point because nobody tries to rescue me. Anywho, Danny Lay is how you say it, is facing backlash after she previewed a song titled Yellow Bone. The singer and rapper teased the track on social media. The song says Yellow Bones. Yes, amen. Yellow Bone. He won't. Okay, so the song has some words in it that y'all don't say and I don't say, so we won't say. But it brought up an interesting topic of conversation because with songs like Brown Skin Girls and songs that are celebrated, Where does that leave our light bright sisters in the mix? Are we still celebrating or desiring to celebrate light bright yellow bone women? We know that they had a run. We know that they had a season, and we know that we also decided, hey, all girls, all colors matter in the melanin spectrum. And so I would like to know, is there a rescue? Now, what I would like to say is possibly that the brown skin girl song was a celebration of a skin color, not necessarily making that skin color the what he want. You know what I mean? It's that what he want probably that triggered us. Kiana says, no, Sarah, stop. Brown skin girl celebrates light skinned women. Amen. Okay, Jeffrey says they've been getting celebrated 24/7. It's like having a White History Month. No. Amber says they've already been and still are celebrated, so there's no need for a song. So, okay, all right. Nia says she's gonna need all of Jesus with her appropriation and state that she don't see color comments, but all shades are beautiful. Amen. Okay, so Joyce says no rescue. Light skinned girls have always been celebrated. Okay. Janice says all colors should be celebrated. Nadia says hi. Hi, Nadia. Destiny says LOL. Colorism must leave. LOL altogether. All right. D says the song is horrible, so can we rescue our ears? Asking for the delegation. No rescue. No rescue. May says we can rescue her. May, tell us. We would like to rescue. Benice says her apology was half behind. She said she wasn't sure about it or something, but it's so okay. All right. So this feels like it's going down. This feels like we're not doing that at all on today. No rescue. I can't. May, can you help us, May? Melrose Honey says, I think that's rude. I think light skin, dark skin, brown skin girls should all be celebrated, but it's just how Danny Lay did it. First of all, she's Danny Lay the way that it should be spelled. DANNYLAY. Danny, lay down. Danny, lay down. Because when you're old, we don't have time for all of these new ways of spelling things. But we're going to spell it the way we see it. It's like Leigh. It's something, okay? So no. All right. Courtney says it's like she was bragging like she's better, and I don't like that. Okay. All right. Well, you know me, I'm not going. I know when I can go down and when I can't go, and this is not me. So I'm gonna move past that because I can't do what I can't do. Can't do what you can't do. Me says, please rescue her for God, generosity, love. Come on, somebody. Love that. I'm moving on. All right. So, okay. Last one of y'all, for sure, this is one of y'all's brothers or cousins or something. I know it without a doubt in my mind. A Frontier Airlines passenger got into a row, come on somebody, with flight attendant after being asked to leave a flight. Oh, yes. Okay. It went down Thursday on a flight from Miami to Philly. The passenger who shot this video was in seat 25C on a packed flight. The passenger in row 26 right behind him was hacking and sneezing to the point the passenger in 25C requested to move back of the plane. He moved to the back, and after the plane landed, he complained to the captain the guy in row 26 was clearly sick. A flight attendant intervened and said, you have an option. You can drive your car if it's a problem. You can't tell people to get off the plane if they got a cough and they're sneezing. The passenger persisted, claiming the other passenger was sick, to which the flight attendant fired back, you're no doctor. It is reported that there was a temperature check prior to boarding. Which one of y'all's uncles or brothers or cousin, because I saw the video, was a man who said it, right, Kai? Which one of y'all told them that he could ride? Which one of y'all's uncles said that you can get in the car? Who is responsible? Can I rescue, though? And the flight was from Miami to Philly, but can I say I would like to rescue coughing and sneezing? Can we rescue the common cold? Come on, be honest. This is a safe space. Are you not tired of holding that cough in your chest when you're out in public? Are you not tired Are you not tired of just having allergies but can't have allergies no more? I'm not even going to try and rescue the flight attendant or the man who wanted to get kicked off the plane. Can we rescue the common cold? We are tired of our eyes bulging out because we're holding in a cough. We are tired of having to tell everyone, no, this ain't it, because like we just have allergies. Miss Ashley says we ain't rescuing no cough in a whole pandemic. You ain't never had something go down the wrong. You can't even have something go down the wrong pipe no more. Pipelines got to be right. It's not what I just don't understand. Lakeisha said, I mean, they act like it didn't exist before the pandemic. Come on, somebody. Elizabeth says, yes, rescue allergies. Precious says, I agree. It's a struggle and everyone is not wrapped. LOL. Wyman says, Sarah, why are you like that? I'm just saying everything. COVID is scary. Coughing has now become synonymous with COVID, and coughing sometimes is scary. Now I don't have COVID, but I'm coughing and I'm about to die because I'm trying to help y'all understand I don't have it. I don't have it. Mercedes says it's too risky out here. Hold it in. Have you seen who you become when you hold in a cough? Do you like that person? It's hard. Y'all can't even hear me. But I'm trying. I'm trying. Can't call. Just need some more. That's who you become. Trying to hold in a cough. And I just want to know, can we rescue the common cough? And Horn says, nope, not until they get a handle of this virus. There are people that are sick and trying to go everywhere. No, ma'am. All right, so sounds like we're not rescuing common coughs or colds or allergies. Brooke says, yes, rescue the allergies. It's a whole struggle. A whole struggle. Food for Thought Online says, let it out, LOL, but cover your mouth. Cover your mouth. Now, let's be clear. We want you to cover your mouth. We want you to do it in your mask. We want you to do it into your elbow, all of those things. But like, we gonna be in a way, COVID gonna be over and people still can't cough. This is when you go through a traumatic experience, people are not gonna be able to do it, even when stuff is over, So that's Jamila says, guess nobody is being rescued tonight. Guess nobody is being rescued. Miss Hardy says, no rescue. CDC says stay home if you feel under the weather. Honey, if you find out you under the weather when you in the weather, you in trouble out here, because the Saints are ready to pounce on you. Keanu says we need to put a Band-Aid on. Is that spam or is that something you wanted me to read? Because I can't tell. Okay, all right. Listen, Eric Corinne says by the government. Boy, the government got y'all where they want you. Can't even cough. The government is why. That sounded like it had a little pinch of conspiracy on it. Why the government don't want us to cough? What happened when we cough? That sounds like a conspiracy theory. I don't want to spread no COVID conspiracy theories. Can I also tell y'all that we need to stop sending them text messages out that our uncle sent us from his friend at the FBI? We don't know if that's true. Sha, have you been getting those? Sha, there are text messages that go out and it's like, I have it's forwarded from someone who has forwarded it from someone. And it's like, I have a friend whose father works at the FBI and they're going out kidnapping Black boys, or they're doing this. We're scared. Okay. We're afraid. And you know what I'm going to start asking for? What's his badge number? Don't forward me another message from your uncle who works for the FBI unless his employee ID is on there, so I can call HR to see. Don't send me nothing else. I'm scared. I can't cough out loud. Don't send me nothing else from your uncle. Do he still work there? Let me find out he is a security guard and you talking about he worked for the FBI. I don't want another chain text message. Okay. All right. So that was great. Now it says, but we're wearing masks in the pool. Amen. All right. Music loves to sing says, OMG, I've definitely gotten that message. Everybody's out there. We all got the same uncle or somebody lying. You know what I mean? I want to see somebody swipe. Okay. Monique says, a lady literally told the cashier on me because I coughed in the grocery store. This 70-something-year-old legit made it seem it's too much rescue. Y'all need to forgive me. If you have your mask on, and sometimes you can't hold it now. Sometimes you can't hold it, and you got to let it out. Honestly, truly, though, you know, we be trying not to get too political, but what I will say is this. When Joe Biden had that memorial service for people who've lost their lives to COVID, it had me with a lump in my throat, because in the process of trying to survive this pandemic, I don't think we've even really acknowledged, one, the gravity of the people who have lost their lives and what that means, but additionally, like how traumatic it is for our lives to change overnight with literally not much of an end in sight. It's been a struggle. It's been a big old struggle. So you know, I know I was joking about the coughs and all of those things, but I think there's something to us understanding the traumatic effect of what is taking place in this pandemic. Poetic Beauty says it's sad, for real, for real. Oh, okay. It was something else about the government. It's trying to read the comments before speaking puts a little pause in the middle of the show, but sometimes I've been out here and now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right. Okay, so how about this? How are you all dealing with the trauma of the pandemic? Brianna says, nah, Unc in FBI custody, not an employee. First of all, don't bring my uncle's business into this like that. Natalie says, nah, the FBI know my uncle, but he behind the bars. Okay. Sharia says, wait, so are we rescuing allergy sufferers and asthmatics? We sure are. We are going to rescue them because we're tired. We're stressed about it. My father, just low key, y'all, for real, my father got the vaccine and he did a video with Dr. Fauci about the vaccinations and what we need to know and the questions that some of us have. I know there are people watching who have also gotten the vaccine. So I know we out here, we trying to figure it out day by day. My father submitted himself as someone who would get it as well. So let's work on that. Let's see what we can do with the vaccine. Okay. Listen, if this podcast has got on your nerves today, welcome to the club. It got on our nerves trying to get it live. We didn't like it. We didn't enjoy it. But if while listening to Mackenzie, hopefully we brought you some level of joy already. If while listening to Kenzie, you decided to try the feelings box on your own self or on your own self kids, that is something that will make me very proud. You all didn't rescue anybody today, and I was counting on you all to rescue someone so that I could segue into my ad, but you all didn't rescue anyone. Would I call you all a disappointment in some way? No, I'd never do that because I have a feelings box. Would I say that now I have to just throw this ad in here the way that I'm going to throw it in here? Yes, for sure, I'm going to say that. What I will say is this. Part of the reason why I am trying to parent Mackenzie in such a way that she can identify her feelings is not so she can avoid therapy, because certainly I am an advocate and believe that she's going to need it, and as do many of us, but so that when she gets into that space, it won't be the first time that she's had to dig into herself and do the work to heal and identify where she is. I've been doing some of this work myself. If you guys are in the book club, you already know that Learning to Be, which was our book club book for the month of January, has allowed us to learn to really sit with ourselves. If you don't know how to do that, your parents didn't have a feelings box, so they told you to take your emotions and stuff them down your throat and don't come out into your room till you had a smile on your face. You are not alone. We've all been there, but it's time to have your room, even with your feelings still stuck in your throat, because we want to get those feelings stuck out of your throat. How are we going to do that? BetterHelp's going to help us do it. Okay. BetterHelp is going to help you understand what interferes with your happiness. Is something preventing you from achieving personal experiences that may have kept you from showing up in life the way that you want to? Well, I want you to know that BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches so they make it easy and free to charge counselors if needed. Anything you share is confidential. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Come on, BetterHelp. Licensed professional counselors who specialize in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, and family conflicts. I want you to start living a happier life today. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/evolve. You can join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's betterhelp.com/evolve. And let me tell you something. You don't have to wait until something is wrong to go to BetterHelp or to get therapy in general. A lot of times you're like, if something comes up, I'll go. You should go just to check in with yourself to see how you're processing things. Just like you check on your body, you check on your teeth. You don't wait necessarily until there's an ailment. Some of y'all do. Stop doing that. Check on your body first, okay? Don't wait until your body starts screaming for help. Go check on your body to stay in tune with where you are. It's the same thing with mental health. So I want you guys to make sure that you are tapping into that, okay? Hail Mary. Hail Mary, we take a moment and celebrate people who are out here doing things, okay? A variety of things. Things for their loved ones, things for the world, things for their community, inspiring us and motivating us to be the best that we can be. This first one is Adrian Brandon. He is from Brooklyn. He makes his living as an artist, but he embraced the short-lived role of a fitness instructor to surprise his live-in girlfriend, Talia, for her January 12th birthday. Talia. She probably Talia. I like Talia. I like Talia. It's probably Talia. Okay. All right. Anywho, the couple who have been together for about 2 years are workout buffs who have been glued to their Pelotons during lockdown life. After ordering their bike in August, it only arrived last month because of back orders. Anywho, her love language is exercise. And so he decided for her birthday to create a workout, like to be an online instructor for her birthday, okay? To make sure Talia got in a good workout, he added on-screen resistance cues for her bike and linked it to Peloton's Just Ride feature so that he could track her. What I'm saying is, some of us want cake for our birthday. This Hail Mary ain't even about him putting this video together at this point. This is about her wanting to work out on her birthday. Some of us want cake for our birthday. Others of us want to go to bed for our birthday. Sis said she wants to work out for her birthday, and we love to see it. I've never seen it, but we love to see it. You know what I mean? I think that's great. Amber says, that's so sweet. I love it. Halima says, where'd she get him? Target, Walmart? Where did she purchase such a love that would create? First of all, you look, can I say, look, on this little picture of them, and they're so cute. I will say on the songs, he's selected songs that like had something to do with their relationship. Let me see. Yeah, it was like he chosen for their ability to both pump Talia up and spark some fun memories from their relationship. Let me tell you something. Ashley says, sis is not me, LOL. Sis is not me. Yolanda says, I work out for my birthday. I'm not against working out for your birthday because I think working out is beautiful. I just would not want my husband to go out of his way to create. Maybe that would be cute, actually. That would be fine. He would have to think that I was going to work out on my birthday, though. I'm not against it. It's just on my birthday. That's usually when I feel like I have worked out. Living has been a workout. You know what I mean? And so for this birthday, I just want to celebrate that I'm alive. I don't want to work out because living has been a workout. But that's cute. I thought that was super cute. And this is what I was going to say. When you are in a relationship with someone, not just a romantic relationship, maybe it's a friendship, a relationship with your parents, a relationship with your siblings, make sure that you are buying them gifts that they want to receive, not gifts that you want them to have, because there could be a difference. You know, he could have said, I'm going to take her to a baseball game, but she likes working out. He took the time to consider the person and what would be meaningful and then purchase a gift based on that. I feel like this is going to help somebody because you're not getting the reaction that you want when buying these gifts. Sometimes they're expensive. Sometimes they're extravagant. Sometimes you really, really love them, but did you take that person into account when buying it? You know, like I have to do that. I love giving gifts. It's one of my love languages. And that's because I really like considering the person and what would be meaningful to them. And he gave her a gift that was meaningful for her. Ray Ray says, some people are difficult to shop for. Some people are. But you know what I do for those people? I think of memories. I think of history. Like my parents are kind of hard to shop for. Very hard. But for my dad's for Christmas gift, I got him a cover of when he was on Time magazine, of when some other legendary figures. It was Martin Luther King Jr. on Time magazine and Barack Obama on Time magazine, and I told him he was legendary to us. And like I found those magazines on eBay. They weren't very expensive, and I got them framed for him, and that was his Christmas gift. So like he has a lot of different things. Like buying things for him can be a little challenging, but I tried to buy something that was memorable. So anyway, that's that. Amber the Jewel says, I'm a total queen on my birthday. Ain't no working out. Why? No, living is a workout. Vanessa, you like giving gifts, Auntie? And then she put her Cash App on here. I'm gonna send her some money. See, she's laughing. She laughing. I'm gonna send you some money here. Now watch everybody see, but you missed it. Everybody gonna put their thing on there now, and you missed it. It ain't even gonna work because you got it. She struck when the iron was scorching hot. And now the iron gonna be cold. It's got an auto shut off, and it's gonna shut off as soon as I hit send on here. Queen Bee says, I wouldn't mind working out. To be honest, I wouldn't mind working out. Is something different and very unique. That is different. No, if Teray put together a video, that would actually be funny to me. As long as he did it with me, I would be totally down for that. Let me see. I'm about to send Vanilla some money. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. No, I'm not inviting nobody to Cash App. Let me see. Let me see. Check my bank account. You ever got to check your bank account before you send some money so you see how much? That's how much I want to send and how much I can send. Maybe two different situations. All right. There's that. I'm sending you something. See, I'm gonna send you something. I sent you something. There it is. I sent it. Jamie says, I feel guilty putting my Cash App up. I'm trying to ask him for what I want. It's hard. If you want to just drop your Cash App in the comment section, do that. I can't say that I'm going to send you, but someone may send you some money. Just drop your Cash App. Just drop your Cash App. If all of us get about $5, you might get something. You might get a whole tank. Okay. No, Malachi, you can't drop your Cash App because you're not a part of the delegation. Okay. Okay, everybody just drop your cash. Look, okay, hold on. I'm gonna get somebody else. That's it. Okay, confirm your cash pin. All right, hold on, Vanilla. I think it just came over. I'm gonna send somebody else some money. So yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm gonna send somebody. Hold on. The Cash Apps are, let me tell you, I wish y'all rescued people as quick as y'all put these Cash Apps in here. I tell you that much. Okay. I can't send everybody money because I don't have it like that yet. But I'm going to try and send some folks some money. I'm going to go back through the comments and see who I can send some money on here. Okay. Let me see. All right. Look, people who listen and never comment, just on here, they done found how to chat. All right. Somebody it says the recipient's account is unable to accept payments. I ain't gonna put your name out there, but you wasn't ready for your blessing. So I'm gonna move on to somebody else and I'm going back to minding my business. Okay, let me see. All right. How about that? Come on, random acts of kindness. Come on, he always provides. Okay. You put yours in there. Malachi, you cannot put your Cash App. Okay, all right, I'm finished. Okay. Okay. How about that? Okay. Let's move on to the next story. The next story says, oh, come on, somebody. Speaking of seed, okay, her name is Jernisa Jones, and she is out here building generational wealth for her young son. Jernisa Jones' next financial goal is twofold: to buy a house and begin to build generational wealth for her 5-year-old son, Keon Blair. In the last 6 years, she turned her life and finances around. In 2014, she was laid off from her job as a production manager at Hillshire Brands, pregnant and recently single due to a broken engagement. It took her about a year to find another job at Safe Place, a domestic violence program in Alabama, and the pay was significantly less. She said, what? During that time, her credit score sank to about 470 and she went into debt. It was survival mode, said Jones. She found a financial startup. She started a financial startup called Self Financial that would let her open an account with her credit score and started working on building it while paying off her debt. Today, she has completely turned her life around. She's a financial coach at Operation Hope, a nonprofit dedicated to financial literacy. Come on, Operation Hope. Some of us need to drop that down because that financial literacy is not something that we learn a lot about in our communities. And recently completed her master's degree in business administration. She's paid off about $5,000 in debt and has built her credit score back up in the 700s. Now her focus is on building wealth and passing along financial knowledge to her son. We love to see it. And her shoes are fire. Taryn says her shoes are fire. Here for it all. We love it. We love to see it. Aaron says, oh, so there's somebody's birthday in here. Okay. Kim Johnson says her son leaving for college this week. She dropped her Cash App.
You still giving out money?
Okay. I don't have Oprah money to give, but I'm trying to do a little something out here. Okay. This is
last one.
This is my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Shanice is the police. Hold on. I'm trying to get it on here. She said her son was going to college this weekend. College is expensive. Breathing be expensive though. They charging you to breathe out here. Okay. And prayer hands. I sent you that with some prayer hands for your child. Okay. Oh, but somebody said once again, it wasn't showing up. Trying to do stuff. Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna try this. This is my last one. Sorry, Sha. Okay. All right. Moving on. Lord. Okay, there's a 12-year-old chef that launched a virtual cooking class for kids. Julian Frederick is a 12-year-old chef and Stool Chef, an initiative dedicated to empowering kids' leadership skills through the culinary arts using their Kids Teaching Kids approach. Julian facilitates cooking classes on his platform that help other young people learn how to make dishes in a fun and relatable way. At just 12, he has already provided several offerings for those interested, including an online cooking school, a cookbook for children, and a cooking kit for the kids. Now the preteen has partnered with Side Chef, a digital home cooking platform that partners with the largest retailers, publishers, and brands across the globe to offer more than 18,000 interactive smart recipes featuring hands-free voice commands, step-by-step photos, how-to videos, and built-in timers. You better. Julian, if your parents believe in arranged marriages, I have a person who can identify their feelings. Okay? I can't put my Cash App on there. No. Somebody asked me what's my Cash App. I can't.
They can. Do we have Women Evolve donation?
Oh, yeah, y'all could to Woman Evolve. I don't want to. I was just giving. Okay. That's the noise you make when something awkward happens. It's awkward for me. Okay, so Lloyd Austin. Okay, big ups. Before we move from Hell Joseph, Lloyd Austin was just confirmed by the U.S. Senate, making history as the first Black defense secretary. That the Senate confirmed Lloyd Austin 93-2 as the next Pentagon, making him the first Black defense secretary of the United States. Come on, somebody, and representation and why it is so important, okay? It is really something that we all need. Y'all, okay? Neji says, SR, you can't be marrying Kenzie off. Taylor says it's okay to receive. they want my cash app because they want to give me.
Woman evolve. We can fix it.
There's so many things. Okay. All right. So I appreciate you guys wanting to sow into my ministry and sow into my life and honoring who I am in your life. Huh? Hush. Put words in my mouth. I'm not trying to block. Somebody said don't block their blessing. You know, this is awkward for me because let me tell I don't know what to do with that. Can I tell you, as a pastor, I'm gonna keep it 100 because as a pastor, like people get so opinionated about like getting money and taking money, and so I really shy away from that. Maybe to the detriment of people who do want to sow, because I never want to make it seem like I'm doing stuff for money or that I'm asking people for money. Because pastors, they get a bad rap for that. So that's why I'm probably being a little bit awkward, and that's that. On that, okay, because I don't ever want to make it to seem like I was asking you guys to give me money. So those are my feelings about it. I appreciate. Takia says, you know, Cora would give it out. Cora would be like, girl. Cora probably has her cash up in her bio right now. So yeah, that's why I'm acting like that for real. I love y'all. I appreciate you, and I'm thankful that you would even consider me worthy ground. Ashley says, one of y'all in here gonna be Judas. I feel it, and just know Cora and the Pips gonna come in strong if you do. Okay, all right. So I appreciate it though, and like if you guys want to give it to Woman Evolve, like one of my heart's passions right now is getting our women's ministry specifically for women who have been incarcerated, like to really get that up and running. We send books and things to people. So if you guys want to help us do that, that would be helpful. But I won't put my personal cash app on there because I don't want to do that. All right. But you know what I will do? This is what y'all can do for me. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell y'all something. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm gonna tell you where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the money reside is at HelloFresh, baby. All right. If that is what you want to help me do, y'all going and order one of these boxes from HelloFresh. I'm giving a deal for y'all right now. Okay. Are you listening? You know how I be doing them deals. All right. So the code for HelloFresh is HelloFresh.com/WomanEvolve10. You can use code WomanEvolve10 for free 10 meals. Okay. Including free shipping. All right. It's free for you. And HelloFresh will say, hey, Woman Evolve is where the money reside, where the money reside. All right. And HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit. Okay. You go on, you log on, you put you in order for these meal kits, and they're going to say, Woman Evolve, they listen. Okay. I told y'all already that I love HelloFresh. I think it's amazing. All right. Even for all of my children, I tell you guys, when I get bored, I order HelloFresh to kind of switch up, because after a little bit, it's going to be spaghetti. It's going to be baked chicken. It's going to be meatloaf. And then I'm going to just keep that on a rotation because that's about all I got. But HelloFresh helps me to spice up things in the kitchen. You can save time and money this new year with HelloFresh. It's not only 46% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store, but you also get to skip the errands and order from the comfort of your home. HelloFresh's Easy Eats offering has tons of quick and easy meal solutions like oven ready and 10 to 20 minute meals that are perfect for your busy schedule. Cut down on grocery bills and food waste. HelloFresh delivers pre-portioned ingredients so you're not overbuying. I already told you. The Korean beef tacos, they take these little vegetables and you pickle the vegetables and then you put them on the tacos, and it is a blessing, okay, from my soul. So if you guys want to get in where you fit in and change what's being dished in the kitchen, you can go to HelloFresh.com/WomanEvolve10 and use code WomanEvolve10 for 10 free meals, including free shipping. Again, that's HelloFresh.com/WomanEvolve10 and use code WomanEvolve10, okay? How about that? CM says, I actually ordered my boxes today and saved on 13 boxes, saved $122. Won't he do it? Okay. How about that? Love that. Rachel says, my pastor said to ask for what you want, child. So Auntie Sarah, will you be my mentor this year? I'm doing the best that I can. Okay. So mentorship starts honestly with kind of like reading some of the materials or messages that I already have out, and then really gleaning from those things. Because mentorship is like, I'm mentoring a few people right now, and I'm learning how to be a good mentor. And as I'm perfecting that and understanding how to do it, I want to hopefully roll out something that's more comprehensive. But yeah. And Claire says, I thought I talked in one breath. You make me feel so much more comfortable. You know what's terrible about me talking in one breath? When I'm up preaching, I have to, like, one of the things I have to constantly remind myself is to breathe, because I get so nervous and I start talking so quickly. That is like one of my struggles. So even on the podcast, I just be like, boom, 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 shakalaka. Okay. Deja says, this is the first time I've been able to connect. I really hope you see this. I sent you a message on IG one day when I came across your video. You have changed my whole mental, child. We love it. Brianna says, love the way she Brianna, I'm not playing with you today. All right. Advice. Y'all, send me your advice questions. All right. So can we make a clip out of this too for the socials? You don't want people to see this? Why you look like that? Why your lips all perked up? First of all, thing you should know she needs today. Nobody asked, but she has on glasses. It's giving educated. Shanice is giving, I have a bachelor's degree that I earned, okay? Shanice is giving, I'm from New York. I've lived in Atlanta. I traveled to Paris, and I'm now in Los Angeles, okay? Shanice is giving, but I also honor my ancestors with my dreadlocks, even though I have these glasses on. Anywho, send me your advice questions. podcast@womanevolve.com. Let us know how we can help you get your life together. Okay. Things are getting messy, but we're going to learn how to accept them and to grow from the mess. So our podcast question says, I'm newly married, been married to my husband for 2 years now. I kind of want to stay anonymous, sis. We got you. She says, but I slept with this guy at the beginning of my marriage, and I prayed about it and asked God to forgive me, and have moved on and blocked him since and haven't looked back. It's been a year past since I've done It has been a year past since I've done so. Should I bring it up and tell my husband? This is what Shanice is already shaking her head. No, I'm going to answer this question. Then she goes on to say, I have told him twice and took it back. I have a feeling he knows because I told him and he left, but he came back and we have prayed. And I feel like now our marriage has grown stronger than ever. We're so close, like how we used to be, and very happy now. I think it had a lot to do with getting married at 19 and we have no children. I just been dating him since high school, so it was just meant to be, and I still think so. But him being my first and really the only person my parents let me actually date, mainly because we grew up in my grandmother's church, they know him since he is a child. So maybe I moved too fast and I didn't pray in the beginning, and I am now, and I prayed to God about bringing it up again, and he hasn't said anything yet. Maybe I'm just dwelling on it and need to move on for myself. Help me, sis. You gonna need to tell him. Sorry, Sha.
I mean, she told him.
She told him twice, but then she took it back. You're going to need to tell him, because at the end of the day, a marriage is built on trust and honesty. And you guys got married young, which means you have decades left of marriage. And there's a crack in the foundation now because it's already built on a lie. You said it, you took it, you took it back. There's a crack in that foundation. And sure, things could be fine now, but the more weight you put on that relationship, the more of a pressure you're going to put on that crack that can ultimately break the foundation. Why is it also important? Let's say, for instance, he never finds out and you go through a rough patch in your marriage. You will have in your mind that you have the ability to cheat and not get caught. Not good. You got to pay the crime. You got to pay the consequences for this crime. That means that you have to allow him to go through the process of telling you what it's going to take for him to have his trust back in you, what it's going to require for you guys to move forward. We don't like to break up the picture by introducing truth, which is actually our word for next week. So I can't wait to get into that. But at the end of the day, this is your truth. Like, you love your husband. You got married young. You had some insecurities about getting married young, and those insecurities showed up in your actions. That is your truth. And sis, like I've said thousands of times before, this is no shade to you. This is no hate to you. There are lots of young women. There are lots of older women who have found themselves in this same situation. But if you're going to be a woman about this thing, if you're going to really show up in your marriage whole, you got to own your dirt. You got to own your dirt. You can't just sweep it under the rug. And it's going to be hard and it's going to be challenging and you're going to hurt him and you're going to be hurt in the process. But at the end of the day, if you guys have what it takes to go the long run, it will be because you have something that's real and honest and truthful and not something that was built on what you wanted him to know about you. It's a bad pattern to start in your relationship. I understand why you did it, because at the end of the day, you don't want his image of you to be broken or shattered in any way, but sometimes it needs to be shattered so that he can understand exactly who you are. That's what makes marriage so difficult, in my opinion, is that you go into it and he meets who you want him to meet. He doesn't meet the person who gets an attitude. He doesn't meet who we are during that time of the month. You get to meet who I want you to meet. You don't see my brokenness. You don't see my daddy issues. You don't see my rejection issues. You see who I want you to meet. And the closer we get into a relationship, especially in marriage, the more you see where my wounds are, the more you see where my immaturity is, the more you see where my brokenness is. And if he really wants you, he's going to have to receive all of you. And I think you should tell him. Sha thinks she should tell him. Nikita says, shatter the image, be real and be true. Kanisha says, tell him the truth. Yeah, it will hurt, but at least once you tell him, that heaviness will get off of you. And all you can do is start over with hubby so he can build that trust with you again. Let's see. Ashley says, so she prayed to cover up a lie. That's all. I don't want to. It's all right. Davida says, LMBO, we got more questions than answers. How in the world did she take it back? Like, what's this script asking for someone else? You know, now y'all already know. I know how this played because I just see it in my head. What if I told you I slept with somebody else? Or I slept with somebody else before we got married? And then they get all mad and I was just kidding. I was joking. I just wanted to see if you cared about me. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Did you see how mad you got? And I was just playing. Look at you packing up your bags. And I was just joking around with you. Boy, sit down playing. Stop messing around. Hee hee ha ha. You think I should be a comedian? No, I should be an actress though, huh? That was good, right? No, you lying the whole time. Okay. How about that? Kiana says, how she take it back by saying she was, she said she was joking. Zola McDonald says, like she told him, then said it's all Fool's Day for sure. Zola says he probably already have it in the back of his mind, but she keeps taking it back, confusing the man. So yeah, tell him in presence of your pastor if there's one, or a marriage counselor. Yeah. Yeah, she needs to tell him. You need to tell him. You need to tell him. He needs truth. You need truth. But I'll tell you, you slept with someone else and he should know that. But I think the underlying issue is this idea of, did we get married too young before I had an opportunity to check out other options? And if you're feeling that, that's not going to go away in your marriage. And he might be feeling the same way, but that doesn't go away. And you can bring that up in your own personal counseling space. You could bring that up to him. Like, that's something that needs to be on the table. Now, if you're saying to yourself, you know what, at the end of the day, I feel like I did this young, but I want to make it work with you. You're who I believe God has for me. Then you have to be honest. Those questionings and that wondering, you guys need to confront that in marriage counseling, because that can't live inside you and just go away. That's not going to go away, because you guys at 19, she's 19, I think they've been married 2 years, that you're 21. Y'all about to take like 1,000 growth spurts from 21 to where you're going to be somewhat stable in your marriage. You're going to go through 1,000 different growth spurts. And in that process, you guys are both going to make mistakes. You're both going to be trying to figure out who you are. Your career paths are going to change. Your passion is going to change. Your purpose is going to change. You may have children. You may not. Like, all of those things are going to happen in a relative from 21 to 20 to 30. I think you make the hugest change in your personality, in your maturity, in your wisdom. And you guys are going to be doing that together. The best thing you can do is at least be honest in the process, because you all have some difficult conversations ahead of you. Every married couple does, but there's something unique about literally growing with someone at that pivotal age. And you just want to do it with as much honesty as possible. And I'm up here talking, but I just want you to know, like, it's going to be rough. It's not going to be the easiest thing you've ever done, but like, you have to put on your big girl panties. Okay. And you just going to have to swallow this one. You have to take this bullet. Ashley Tate says, "Sis said I married a perch, but found out what flounder tastes like. What is wrong with the delegation? Okay. Okay. So let's move. The next question says, hi, Pastor Sarah. I come to you because you may or may not something to several people. I'm 25, and since I've been able to work and help provide for myself, I have also been helping my mom, my siblings financially, and with whatever else they need. I've been married for 2 years now. My husband and I have no children yet, but I feel like somewhat of a housewife. I do all the cooking, run the household errands, and cleaning while working a full-time job and attempting to do school part-time. My husband doesn't take the initiative to do anything around the house unless he is asked or made to do it. I feel like each day I'm just going through the motions at this point. I feel like my mental capacity is maxed out. I don't really have the energy to do what I need to do for the betterment of myself, i.e. school, which is a big goal for me right now. I don't have the financial ability to really hang out with friends because I help my mom out and have my bills too. So I find myself slipping into a depression sometimes due to feeling overwhelmed. My family and husband don't realize that at this current moment, I am tired. When I try something, I am either met with someone comparing how they're feeling to me or not being taken serious. How can I tell people in my life without them feeling like they are a burden to me that I am tired? I don't mind being there for people, but most of the time I don't find that anyone is truly there for me to sit and listen to my thoughts or ask me what do I need. My husband and I come from two different worlds, and I don't think he understands or wants to understand what I'm dealing with. He says I'm making excuses or tries to compare himself to me. He tells me he's there for me because of his habit to make light of serious conversations. I don't talk to him. My mother is dealing with her own mental illness, and one of my siblings is too. So I feel bad talking to her because I don't want her to feel away and cause her distress. So sometimes I'd rather not talk to her and just check in from time to time. I truly feel alone. P.S. Sorry if this was a story, but I'm thankful for any advice that you have. Love always, yours sis. I love you too. Receive that as I was reading this letter, I could see pieces of myself in you. And I love your heart to serve. I love your heart to grow. I love your heart to become better and to serve those around you. I love you. And I love you so much that I want to tell you what I have learned in the process of loving me, in hopes that it will help you to love you too. What I have learned is that I have a tendency to want more for others than I want for myself. And in the process of wanting more for them than I want for myself, when forced to choose who wins in that moment, I always choose them over me. And I have to tell you that that pattern has shown up in my life since I was a little girl. And that now, as I am a woman with my own dreams and goals and ambitions, I've had to really check that side of me. But I have to tell you something that's not super easy to hear. In the process of checking that version of myself, I've had to disappoint people who came to rely on the false version of who I am. That means that there are people who are connected to a version of you that is not real. You're not strong enough to do everything. You can't take on everyone's issue and everyone's burden. You can't clean the house, go to school, and go to work. That is a false version of you. And while that image is thriving for them, the real authentic version of you is depressed inside. And I want you to know that that is not how you were made to live. That means you're going to have some tough choices to make. Some choices that mean that your family dynamic is going to change. And it needs to change because right now they are depending on a version of you that doesn't exist. And so in order for them to be introduced to who you really are, you're going to have to be willing to have some tough, maybe even awkward and disappointing conversations. The word no is going to have to be one of your friends. I'm sorry, but I can't. It's going to have to be a part of your vocabulary. I need help. I can't do this by myself. All of those things are going to be things that are a part of your vocabulary. In your letter, you mentioned that my husband doesn't take the initiative to do anything around the house unless he is asked or made to do it. Don't feel bad having to ask someone to do something that they don't have the natural initiative to do. Not everyone is going to see the house the way you do, or see your siblings the way you do, or the responsibilities the way you do. I've had to do that myself. I'll be thinking to myself, the house needs to be clean. I need to do Ella's hair, and I need to cook dinner, and no one is helping me. But at the same time, I haven't opened my mouth to even ask for help. When I open my mouth to ask for help, or I tell my husband that I'm stressed about something, he's like, we can order dinner. I can make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. We can eat cereal. I put pressure on myself to deliver to this unattainable standard, and then I punish the people around me for not helping me to live up to a standard they didn't even set. You may have to be willing to lower your standard from day to day in order to maintain your mental health. That means if the laundry is on the floor for a few days, the laundry may have to be on the floor for a few days because you just didn't have what it took in order to do it. You should put your money that you want to spend for a night out with your girls or your friends to the side and make that a part of your budget. Make it as necessary as water and electricity bills, because you need that time for self-care. So when you tell your mom, I don't have it this month for you, it doesn't mean that you're sacrificing what you need in order to balance your life, in order to show up for someone else. What I'm saying is that you're going to have to learn to make what you need a priority. And that's going to be tough because you've allowed everyone else to go ahead of you. But you are going to have to be selfish, and you're going to have to be comfortable with this. Last week, we talked about what makes connections messy. This is the kind of stuff that makes connections messy, because when we decide to introduce the real version of who we are in the picture, things can get rough. But just because they get rough doesn't mean they can't recover. I have found that in being authentic about how I feel and what's happening in my relationships with my husband, with my children, that we have an even more fruitful relationship as a result of it, because I let myself be real and honest, and it was beneficial to them. Let's see what the delegation says. Zara says, so true, sis. Some standards need to be lowered for the betterment of your mental health. Misha says, yes, and only you can make you a priority. Ashley Tate says, be me-sponsible, darling. Me-sponsible. Love that. Brianna says, can't produce from an empty space. Laura Lee Ken says, this is so good, Sarah. I literally almost lost my mind serving from a place of emptiness just for others to be okay. I lost myself in the process as I couldn't recognize the person I was becoming. Amber the Jewel says, you have to reach the version of you that satisfies you. It's a hard thing to do. It is a hard thing to do. It's a necessary thing to do. As you continue to live in this version of who you are, or who you are not, or rather, you are going to forget who you are, what makes you happy, what do I even need? And I think that you have detected it early enough to do something about it. The only question is, will you? Will you stand up for yourself? Will you dare to love yourself? Will you dare to show up for you? Poetic Butterfly says, Lord, I just want to pray for her, because as women, we're naturally fixer-uppers. We are indeed, but we got to learn to fix ourselves up. Jerlene Williams says, what is the live schedule / times? I don't want to miss the next one. I came in too late to this one. Jerlene, we are live on Mondays around 2 p.m. We've been having technical difficulties getting everything set up, so sometimes we're late, but Mondays at 2. If you miss us Mondays at 2, you can find us on the podcast. Any podcast app under Woman Evolve Podcast. S. Perry says, be okay with asking and communicating our needs. Rose Jackson says, nay, nunca, ni, give me more. Different ways to say no. We love that. Okay, so that was my last advice question. And this podcast is O to the V to the A. Okay. All right. All right, listen. So my snack, okay, for today. So all this month at Woman Evolve, we've been talking about messy, right? I introduced messy the first week. Then we talked about messy prayer. Last week on Woman Evolve TV, I got together with some of my friends. And Woman Evolve TV, you can just download on any app in like Google Play or your app store. It's an app that has video content that is much like the more serious tone of this podcast. But my friends got together and we talked about messy friendships. This is the last week of January. And so this is the last thing that I want to say to you as it relates to messy. Next week, we're going to be introducing a whole new subject, a whole new topic. We're going to be breaking it down. We're going to be growing together. But the last thing, it kind of piggybacks off of what I said for Hey You, and it's about messy being temporary. Messy is temporary. I know we've been talking about it all month long, and maybe for some of you, we've been dragging it out a little bit. That's all right. We wanted you guys to come to a place where you didn't mind getting messy. When I think about our sister who is trapped being and serving and doing everything for everyone, she's going to have to let her life get messy for a little bit before it can clean up. Even the woman who's going through that issue with her husband where she has to tell him the truth, she's going to have to be willing to let things get messy. But what both of these women should know, and maybe what you should know at home as well, is that messy is temporary. Messy comes and goes in our life. It allows us to refine our communication. It allows us to build a stronger foundation. It allows us to show up better than we were. But first, we have to be willing to do the work of getting messy. So maybe you're like the women in the podcast today and you're about to start a mess in order to fix your life. Or maybe you're in a mess you didn't choose, grief you didn't choose, a sickness you didn't choose, and life just feels messy. When you have those small pockets of joy, those small moments of peace and relief, even if it's just for 10 minutes, I want you to hold on to those moments. They're small, but they're seeds. They're seeds in the middle of the mess. And when you see those seeds in the middle of the mess, it is a reminder, one, that you're not in it on your own. And two, that seed is going to take root and it's going to produce fruit. And it's going to be a part of your everyday existence. And so if you're in the middle of a mess right now, my challenge to you, my challenge to myself is to find and hang on to those seeds that we find in the middle of our mess. I'm thinking about our sis who's going to have to talk to her husband about her shaky situation. She's going to have moments where a friend says something funny, or she sees something on Instagram, and it's going to make her smile for a minute. Then she's going to feel guilty for smiling because she should feel messy right now. I'm going to challenge her to hold on to that moment of happiness. Same thing for you, friend, as you're unraveling who you have become for your family. You're going to have a sweet moment of relief when you say no. And you're going to realize that change was at the tip of your lips. You just didn't allow it to be released. And you're going to thank God that seed had been there all along. I love you, and I cannot wait to talk to you next week about what we're going to be focusing on in February. I know it's going to help you. I also want to remind you guys to sign up for our scripture of the week. Each week, we pull a scripture, we take a thought on the scripture, and then there's a mirror affirmation that we breathe in, breathe even in spite of my mess. And it has been helping so many women. You can learn more about the scripture of the week that we send out for Woman Evolve at womanevolve.com/connect. Share it with your friends, share it with your community. We want to make sure that we are growing, changing, and evolving together till the wheels fall off. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay. God, I thank you so much for sisterhood. God, I thank you that for some of us, we've never had sisters, or our sisters are no longer here. Some of us have sisters and the relationship just isn't tight. But in this moment, we felt sisterhood, we felt connection, we felt what it was like to be seen, to not be judged, and yet to be challenged to grow. I thank you, God, for the women connected to this movement. Thank you for allowing me to serve them and for them to serve me back. I would not be who I am if it wasn't for their love. And so I ask that you would bless each and every one of them. Father, that you would examine the desires of their heart, that you would align the desires of their heart for what you want for them, and that you would give them the strength to walk away from anything that doesn't look like you. I thank you, God, that we're just getting started. There's so much more for us to do, and that we don't have to do it alone. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I love you. Okay. All right. Where the money reside? Where the money